Hello, good morning, and welcome along to Euros Daily. It's 9 a.m. on Monday, the 21st of June, Midsummer's Day. It's all downhill from here. The nights will start drawing in. Nice, depressing start to your Monday morning. It's day 11 of Euro 2020. I'm Joe Carter, and I'll be your guide throughout this pan-European footballing party. Lots to get through today with yesterday's games to review and four massive games today to preview. Our Man of the Match and Dick of the Day awards, and Roz has been researching hard this morning for his iconic stat of the day. All of that to come here on Euros Daily. Comment, like, subscribe, allow notifications, and share this video. Get in the comments now if you're watching. I want you to get in the comments. I want you to tell us your thoughts on yesterday's games. I want you to tell us your predictions for today's games, okay? I want you to tell me if, you like our hair. I want you to tell me if you like the job Roz has done with his eyebrows. I want you to tell us if you like Roz's Millwall scarf in the background. I want you to ask me to pick up that guitar and play a song. Whatever it is, get in the comments, interact with us. We love the interaction. It's great fun. Alongside me is the kind of guy who reacts to a prank, a bit like Italy midfielder Manuel Locatelli. We're here for football, damn it, not tomfoolery. It is, of course, Roz Mac. How you doing, Roz?
Yeah, good, mate. That was such a good clip. I loved it. It's like a sort of really irritating child in the supermarket and just a sort of overreactive parent trying to sort of, just like, no, we're not doing that now. No, don't be silly.
There was a lot of kind of...
I know we're through, it's a big game.
It was like a lot of big brother, little brother energy as well, wasn't there? It was like... It's like, leave me alone. Stop it. Stop annoying me. I'll tell mum. Right. Okay, Roz. I know you're the one for the stats of the day, but I've got a rather sobering and saddening stat for you. We're over halfway through the tournament. I was perusing the Euro 2020 stats website, as you know I love to do. And as of yesterday, there have been 26 of the 51 games played. So, it's all, that's it. We've reached the peak.
Like the summer, it's all downhill from here. Downhill from here even. But they'll be more spread out, won't they?
Yes.
We did have sort of 3 games today. I don't like this whole... I know it's kind of more, in terms of the sporting element, it's better to have these last fixtures of the groups kicking off at the same time. But I hate it. I get why they're doing it, and so don't have permutations and all that, but that means everyone's missing at least one football match. I'll probably try and double screen England, Scotland, and the rest of them, but it's not the same as actually just watching a football match. So I feel like we're being hard done by there.
It's it's in the interest of that little old thing, fairness, which is quite important to sport. But I know what you're saying, but the thing is, it's the culture around sport and the gambling and stuff like that unfortunately dictates what happens, and not to mention match fixing scandals and all sorts.
They'll already know. I mean, you already have people on the sideline telling the players what the result is anyway.
Yeah. Well, look, trust me. If there's a company, if there's an organisation anywhere in the world who would like to make more money by screening these matches at separate times, it would be UEFA. And if they haven't worked out how to do it, then it can't be done. Because if their motivation to sell broadcasting rights is anything to go by, that seems to be the issue.
That is true. I thought the Czech Republic Croatia game, which is a game where a sort of draw meant a hell of a lot for Scotland, or a Croatia loss would have meant a lot for Scotland.
Yeah.
Instead of having nothing to play for, and that neither of those teams seem to go for it. It's going to happen anyway. This sort of we're both through a point, pretty much. Like Croatia in good stead to do that on the last day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to watch as much football as possible, Joe.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Same here. Okay, let's get on then to reviewing yesterday's games. If you're in the comments, let us know your thoughts about Italy, Wales and Switzerland, Turkey, whichever one you were watching. I was personally watching Italy, Wales. I was kind of cheering for Wales, supporting the home nations and stuff. Italy looked very good though, didn't they? And, during that game, annoyingly, I could have watched that game, and then afterwards I could have, like, I don't know, recorded or watched on playback the Switzerland-Turkey game. But they kept giving me updates for all the goals anyway. So it looked like I missed a cracker for Switzerland-Turkey. Some absolute belters going in there. Roz, which game did you watch yesterday predominantly?
So yeah, the same. So I watched extended highlights of Switzerland Turkey this morning. However, I was watching the Italians, and I was watching the Italians, and I was rooting for the Italians. I don't understand the sort of home nation. Oh, but you have to support the Welsh because they're a bit closer. They wouldn't want the English to win, would they?
Well, that's, who's they? What, you mean the Welsh team?
Well, the Welsh team, they all celebrate. You all know how Gareth Bale, the classy individual he is, likes celebrating things like, I just don't like the Welsh. I don't like that Welsh team.
I don't
really. I
like
like the
the
one
Welsh.
in 2016. But
That is a great.
2016, Gareth Bale's shown the world what an absolute bellend he is. How much money is he on? And he's happy to sit. I don't know why when it's a British player we sort of apply different standards, because the stick that Özil got at Arsenal, if it's a foreign player doing it, we sort of go, oh, well, look, they're all on all these wages and they don't even want to play, right? I know he had a hard time with Zidane and not whatever, but he turned into a child. Sort of playing in the stands, pretending he was asleep, that whole sort of golf then...
Yeah.
Oh, was it Wales, then golf, then Madrid?
Yeah,
who are
yeah.
paying his wages, by the way. Comes to Spurs, decides, I might play. Oh, okay, I'll play.
Locatelli wouldn't stand for it, would he? It's a good thing he doesn't sit next to him on the bench. Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone sort of sings his praises all the time. It's the whole like, oh, the only inspiration I need is the dragon on my chest. No, it's off.
Well, no, it's fair enough. Fair comment. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. If you agree with Roz, if you disagree with Roz. I've just realised it's day 11 of the Euros, isn't it? Is it day 11? Let's do Friday to Friday. Friday to Thursday 7, Friday 8, Saturday 9, Sunday 10, Monday 11. I've put day 10 on the stream, and it's day 11.
Mate.
So look, I'm going to change it. Look at that. There we go.
Oh, yeah, a shocker.
Change it to day 11. There we go.
Well, that's good. That's that sort of live updates thing.
Live updates, mate. Tom's...
everyone knows that, the place that the date changes, or the time the day changes, is 11 minutes past 9.
Yeah, it's now officially, in universal time code, it's now officially day 11. Tom's in the comments. He says that England-Scotland game at Wembley was Scotland's World Cup final. It's the everyone hates England bandwagon. Wales are the same. It's the same with rugby. What do you say to that, Ross?
Yeah, I get it, but I wouldn't ask any English person without any Scottish blood to root for the Scottish. Okay. I don't understand this sort of home nation. In the same way, I wouldn't expect an English fan to support Chelsea in the Champions League final if it was Chelsea versus Bayern Munich.
Is it this kind of thing where, and I don't want to sound sort of controversial in any way.
Oh, here we go.
Is it the kind of thing though, when there's a derby, the derby means more to one team than the other, and it's usually the team that isn't as successful or at a higher level, the derby between Arsenal and Spurs, for instance, that means more to Arsenal in recent years than previously. Sure. It meant a lot more to Spurs to win that game because it was a big game that they could win. Whereas now for Arsenal, going to Spurs is a big game that they could win. So is it a bit of that? Is it a bit like it means more to Scotland and Wales? That's why you see the Wales players celebrating England lose. That's why you see the Scotland team kind of more riled up against England.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that, and it's all to do with bragging rights, isn't it? So the bragging rights being that if you're the underdog and you've got one over, even if it's that England couldn't beat Scotland with all the talent they have, versus the talent Scotland have, then you get the bragging rights. Whereas the bigger team, the more successful team, the team that usually gets further in the tournament, the team that usually finishes above Arsenal and Spurs in current years, already have the bragging rights. In that conversation when they're like, oh, well, you couldn't beat us last time, or you go, well, yeah, but we couldn't hear you from up in 4th place or whatever. Like it's just bragging rights. Yeah. But my point would be that actually it's people assuming or people sort of latching on to supporting these sides. Like It'd work the other way around. Like Chelsea fans wouldn't want the support of Man United fans or Liverpool fans in their final. I don't think.
Yeah,
I
no,
certainly wouldn't want like. Nah,
okay.
I don't know.
Look, Roz, we've gone down a little bit of a rabbit hole in terms of the conversation, so I'm going to pull it back to the Euros, Euro 2020, and the actual games that we are meant to be looking at from yesterday. So very quickly, because we've spent a good 10 minutes talking about absolutely nothing to do with what we're meant to be talking about. Italy versus Wales. Very quickly, what did you make of the game? Did Wales deserve to lose it?
Yeah. So for Verratti was back. That was the main thing. I mean, Mancini made sort of wholesale changes really, but the one of the changes that he made that was actually an improvement, an upgrade, was seeing Verratti back in that Italian shirt, and he was sensational. I thought really, really good.
Yeah.
I think 93% passing accuracy I read somewhere, but just
He's not
class.
bad, is
Got
he?
the assist for the goal, really clever little free kick.
First time he's played in nearly a couple of months as well, isn't it? Since
Yeah.
PSG we got injured against Man City in the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, Ethan Ampadu sent off. I mean, that was pretty. I mean, you can't really argue that one. It was a stamp on the ankle, essentially.
Do you think?
What do you reckon?
Oh, I don't mind what opinions other people have. It's one of those where usually I'll say, no, you disagree with me, so you're wrong. This is a really hard one to call for me. I can see both, really, because if you slow it down, I always think if you do it in slow motion, then it's sort of it's always going to, or sort of from a certain angle, it's always going to make a challenge look significantly worse. But in terms of the intent, or in terms of excessive force from Ampadu, I don't, if you play it in full speed, I don't think it was that bad. It's one of those that always looks worse on the replay for me.
Okay. Well, look, we've got a couple of comments. Will's in the comments says, I'm glad I didn't bet on Wales yesterday. Tom says, Wales played well, deserve to go through. I'm happy to see Wales progress. He says, I have a Welsh surname though, so I'm biased. Tom, that's from Tom Flauscher. That traditional Welsh name,
I thought they played quite well.
Tom also says he thinks it was a yellow for Ampadu.
Yeah. See, I probably lean more to that side.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think there was excessive force. I don't think it was particularly. You could say it's dangerous play, but you could also say just stepping onto the field is dangerous play. Anything's dangerous.
Okay.
Certainly dance around it.
Right, look, we need to crack on because we've got 4 games to preview as well, and we still haven't even looked at Switzerland-Turkey, which was, by all accounts, I only saw the goals, but the goals were outstanding, all of them. Roz, you saw the extended highlights. It finished 3-1 to Switzerland. Are they good value going forward? Are they someone you want to watch out for in the last 16?
No, not really. Yes, I mean, the goals were outstanding. Shaqiri got 2 of them, and we've seen Shaqiri scoring sort of really high quality goals for a long time now. They were quick on the break, but it was, Turkey just haven't offered anything this tournament. And it's the kind of thing where, yes, they got a goal, and it's another outstanding goal, but there's just something about rolling over Turkey. I don't think Italy looked particularly impressive when they rolled over Turkey. I thought the second 2 games they looked far better. But Turkey just have offered nothing.
Interesting from Turkey. Yeah.
Tournament. And I'll also put on top of that my stat of the day.
Okay.
Which is, you know how I love XG?
Oh, yeah.
You know how I don't love XG. I think it's a pointless stat. But I also don't know how they calculate the chances. So I just don't understand it, and that's why I dislike it, which is where all these kind of xenophobias come from.
I think that's what they call the second level of ignorance in statistics. But yeah, carry on.
But no, you're getting this other stat, which is clear-cut chances, clear chances. I guess it relates to XG, but I don't know how you calculate it. Do you know how many clear chances Turkey had in 3 games?
No, go on. 1. Wow.
3 games, they had one clear-cut chance, because obviously that goal that they scored probably wouldn't have counted for one, but they had one clear-cut chance. So I reckon Yilmaz probably celebrated the winning the French league a bit too much. But
hang on, so their one clear-cut chance
they've been shocking, haven't they?
Their one clear-cut chance was presumably the goal they scored against Switzerland yesterday. Right, okay. Look, let's move on, and we need man of the match day, dick of the day, very quickly, because then we've got to get on to previewing the 4 games today.
So man of the match day, I'm gonna go for Verratti. Predictably, I thought he was absolutely brilliant, and really looking forward to seeing him with the kind of first choice Italian side, and you know those better players around him. But for dick of the day, the more I think about it, the more I'm disagreeing with you about the Ethan Ampadu thing. So for dick of the day, I'm actually going to go for Oviedo Hatagan. It's the Romanian official who gave that as a red card. Very harsh, I thought.
Okay, there you go. Man of the match day, dick of the day. Sponsored by... We need a sponsor, don't we, for that? That'd be great. And your stat of the day as well. All in one. I didn't get a chance to do the stat of the day jingle.
Do it now.
I'll do it now and then we'll carry on, right? It's time for Roz's stat of the day. Cool. Okay, right. Let's get on to previewing today's games then. And I've put together a nifty, natty little graphic for our viewers, which has the group tables and, for some reason it won't load up, the group tables and the remaining fixtures on. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. So Group C comes to a close today. Ukraine, Austria at 5, and also North Macedonia, Netherlands at 5. Netherlands already in pole position in that force, in terms of a driving analogy, in that group. 6 points. Ukraine and Austria on 3 points. North Macedonia on 0 points. So Ukraine and Austria, they're looking at a straight shootout for second, which is quite fun. Netherlands presumably will make mincemeat of Macedonia, but we shall see. Group B also final, finishing today at 8 o'clock. Finland, Belgium from St. Petersburg, and then Russia, Denmark from Parken in Copenhagen. They're both kicking off 8. Belgium currently top that group on 6 points. Russia and Finland on 3 each. Denmark bottom of the group on 0 points. So again, that's a slightly more interesting one because the two teams that need the points are playing in separate games. I fully expect Belgium to go out and put out a good side and keep banging in the goals.
But the first thing you just said there was I fully expect Belgium to go out, and I was just trying to work out the permutation.
No, it can't happen, can it? That could never happen.
I wasn't expecting that, right? Right, let me just pause it on that beautiful graphic you've made. This is really interesting because you've got Finland, who I think could well get thrashed by Belgium, even if they put out a second string side.
Yeah.
Right. And looking at the goal difference there, say they lose 3-0 to, if they lose 3-0, their goal difference is -3, and then if Denmark beat Russia, that's all they need. Is that right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's all they need, because it would take their goal difference up to -1.
Let's have a look
put
back
their
at
3 points over Russia's 3 points, and they would also leapfrog Finland. So if Finland lose heavily and Denmark win, they're through.
Finland lose heavily, Denmark win
by anything.
Wow. There you go.
That's crazy.
And they would take the automatic second spot.
Exactly, yeah. So they might even go through in third if it wasn't that dramatic a defeat anyway. But yeah, 3 goals or more by Belgium, and you can see that happening, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And then Denmark
winning just flat out against Russia, I think is quite highly likely. So yeah, I mean that's a hell of an interesting group.
Very interesting, and definitely be watching those games at 8 o'clock. Will says in the comments, Belgium will thrash Finland today, 3-0. Still my favourites for the tournament. Will says, is it coming home for England, or are England going home? I think Gareth needs to inject some creativity into the team. Perhaps bring Saka and Sancho in for the last game. We'll get on to all of the England stuff tomorrow before the England game tomorrow night. If you want to watch it with me and Roz, we're not doing a watch along. We're going to be in a pub in New Cross. So give us a shout. Come and watch it with us. We can watch both games. Actually,
I bus for the entire 90 minutes.
Yeah, Do you know what? Actually, let's do it. Let's just do a live. Let's live stream to YouTube from the pub. It'd be great.
Joe, but what happens in the pub stays in the pub. I don't want our viewers.
This is very true.
I'm a different animal.
Tom says, end of pod talking point. Should England look to finish second for a potentially easier draw or look to win? That's a very good point, and we will come on to that tomorrow morning. We're going to go through all of the permutations with England tomorrow. It's going to be heavily focused on England. For now, though, we're going to get Roz's predictions on these 4 games. Get your predictions in the comments as well. Ukraine, Austria, Macedonia, Netherlands, Finland, Belgium, Russia, Denmark. Will also says, win or lose, you're having a booze. Good lad. There we go. He knows how it works in the pub. So
that was the great thing, right? Sorry to go back to England. Walking back down, having supported Scotland and Scotland playing brilliantly and getting that 0-0. So we were in sort of private room in the pub. It was a mate's birthday, so we booked it. Walked back down and came back, and everyone was just pissed, singing "It's coming." I was like, I'm all for positivity. I can't stand the negativity around England. But I was like, morons, what have you just watched?
Oh my god, brilliant!
But yeah, apparently boozing doesn't matter if you win or losing. But
variations
right,
on
predictions.
Right, predictions
about today's games.
Right, yeah, let's do the predictions, Roz, because we've already overrun by 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll be really quick.
Literally, when Mus isn't here, we don't stick to the rules, do we? Mus, come back. Keep us in check, like Manuel Locatelli on the bench. Okay, Ukraine, Austria.
Ukraine, Austria will be a Ukrainian win, I reckon. Austria haven't shown me too much. Ukraine looking pretty good on Shevchenko. I have to say, he's getting the best out of Yarmolenko. That guy who I can't remember the name of, the striker, 6 foot.
Yaremchuk.
That's the one.
Looks
like a player. He looks like one of those players that will get a big move after a tournament.
Well, as the Ukrainian striker, he'll be well versed in his journey into the Premier League.
The kind of sort of player that Harry read now with Sky. No, I've not seen this Ukrainian. But no, Ukraine I think will win this.
Okay.
2-0.
2-0, and you reckon
Yarmolenko?
2-0, Yarmolenko. Very good. Okay. I can't really look past that myself. I agree. Netherlands, Netherlands, officially the away team at the Johan Cruyff Arena, but North Macedonia versus the Netherlands. How do you see this one going, Roz?
I think North Macedonia could have a part in the greatest upset in European Championship history by not losing 5-0. And they'll only lose 4-0.
Okay, fair enough.
And that would be, So, 4-0 with... I don't think Depay's looked very good, but I'll say Depay to sort of find his feet going into the...
So that would put Netherlands top of Group C, and Ukraine second in Group C. That means Ukraine would be up against Italy at Wembley on Saturday. And winners of Group C play... Oh, wow. This is hurting my face.
The whole thing. All this kind of third place one.
All right, no. Netherlands will play third in Groups D, E or F. So if England were to finish third...
So that could be England, yeah.
Could be England. We shall see what happens. Mus is in the comments. Enjoying the chat, guys. Overrun as much as you like. Better breakfast entertainment than Dan Walker. Thank you very much. Lovely to be compared to a very popular current affairs presenter.
Oh, he's a sweetheart. He's someone you take home to your mother, isn't he?
Yeah. Dan Walker. Which one of us is Dan Walker then? And then who's the other one?
Me, I'm so polite and well mannered. Yeah.
Entertain us. Okay. Group B then. Let's move on to Group B. Belgium against Finland.
So what I was saying before, I think that will happen. I think Belgium will put, let's say 3 past Finland. There was I think Belgium in the last tournament, didn't we have them on the last day? And I think we both qualified.
Yeah.
And they put out a second string side, and Jan and I scored that screamer.
Yeah.
Love. Yeah, their second string side will beat Finland 3-0. I fancy. Finland have looked good, but a little bit one-trick pony. Just those kind of well-timed balls into the box and good headers. But apart from that, I don't think they'll have too much.
Okay, Russia, Denmark.
Yeah.
Or do you want to give us a scoreline for Belgium and a man of the match?
For the Denmark game.
For Belgium, did you give me a...
Belgium, yeah, so 3-0. And let's go for Brighton's very own Trossard. Is he in the squad? I don't mean... He's been in the recent
Is he in the squad?
Been in the recent squads.
Here's my man of the match. Is he in the squad?
He'll be the best fan in the stadium. He's not in the squad. He'll still be man of the match. No, I'm pretty sure he's in the squad. He's been in all the last Belgium squads.
Yeah?
He'll probably play because, second string.
Fair enough. Okay, so let's move on to the second game in that group, Russia, Denmark. Now, you said Denmark would get the win here. What's your official prediction?
You know how I listen to you all the time. I haven't listened to you. Is it in St. Petersburg or is it in Denmark?
It's on the screen, Roz. Have you not got the screen up? Come on.
I've got the screen up. It's an even better graphic than I thought it was. So it is in Copenhagen. Wow. So yeah, I thought Denmark were brilliant against Belgium. I think everyone did. And if they play with 80% of that drive, I think they'll win this comfortably. Let's go for 2-0 Denmark. And let's say that man who scored against Belgium, Poulsen.
2-0 Denmark and Yusuf Poulsen to be man of the match, which would mean Belgium finished top of Group B and Denmark finished second in Group B. Second in Group B would mean, as it stands, Denmark would be facing Wales.
Oh.
First in Group B will play third in Groups A, D, E, or F. So, all makes perfect sense to me, Roz. Don't know about you.
Yeah.
It's a shame Greece aren't in the tournament because it's all Greek to me. I could do with someone to translate.
Yeah, I was thinking of that pun, but then I thought they're not in the tournament, so only an idiot would try and make that pun. No, I'd say Denmark, Wales, whoever finishes second. If it's Finland, if it's Russia, if it's Denmark against Wales, both of those teams will really fancy their chances to get into the quarterfinals. Even if it's a team playing Wales, I don't think Wales have looked particularly outstanding. I think you mark Bale out of the game, you mark Ramsey out of the game, you're laughing. I don't think they really have that much to. So Denmark Wales will be a great game. Okay,
well, tomorrow we're going to be talking all things England, and we're going to bring you more stats. We're going to bring you preview. We're going to bring you chat. We're going to bring you bants. We're going to bring you some mad bants. Remember, if you're watching this for the first time, you've never seen it before and you enjoy it, like the video, get in the comments, subscribe to the channel and allow notifications, and share the love, share the pod, and help us grow. We're just two blonde boys in black t-shirts doing our thing. We've got some sort of boy band thing going on today, haven't we? We look like...
Yeah. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but hot.
Nothing but... Sorry. You got it. I thought that would be too niche for you to actually
get it. Of course I got it, mate. Come on. Come on. Right, I'll see you tomorrow, Roz. Bye.
That's all right.